Should we talk about LeBron hating
The
the
playing
playing
game?
tournament?
If you want, yeah.
I mean,
You
I don't
can
know what
bring
you
it up.
guys feel. I mean, you guys are LeBron lovers.
I have a different take on it.
Oh, all right.
Well, no, but like different from you. Like
What? It doesn't bother you that he doesn't want to play in the playing tournament? Well, they had a short turnaround, right? I mean, the off season was only 70 days.
Damn, Lakers have lost a couple of games this week.
Yeah, dude. They're going straight to the play-in.
They are going to be in the play-in.
okay, we're live on YouTube.
Oh, live on YouTube. Oh, hey.
Whoa.
What's up,
Woo,
YouTube?
woo. Can we be on Twitch too, or just YouTube?
Nah, just YouTube.
Is YouTube tonight?
How's Baskets Be Awesome going to find us?
Yeah, didn't warn him. What's up, YouTube? We are live on YouTube, I guess, while we're taking notes.
You said, "What's up to nobody?"
I said, what's up to nobody? Nobody's watching YouTube.
We have one watching now, but I'm
Oh.
assuming it's me.
Oh, okay. I'll say,
I
hey,
think it's me.
if
Wait,
you're
what the hell?
out there.
Oh, I'm watching. Yeah, from the
Oh.
box.
I'm watching myself,
Oh, boy.
myself.
Yeah.
Great content.
This is the content. Everybody comes to.
I mean, the most recent subscriber we have is Joseph McCrowski.
We got to get that YouTube profile up, man. This is what we need to do. Oh, the Wizards beat the Lakers.
It's ours. We can talk about the Wizards.
Wizards.
Yeah,
beat
so we're
everybody.
gonna talk about the Wizards. They lost to the Spurs.
Okay. So, all right.
Hoping. Yes, it's working. Woohoo! Podcastity is working.
Podcast.
Whoa.
You're going to record it still on Zoom, right? In case we biff this completely.
I think, Chris, you're gonna have to give me permission to record.
Can I just give you, or I can just, oh, yeah, you should. Can I, how do I give permissions back?
So, well, what you can do is go to click on participants
Yeah.
and then click on me, and you should be able to just allow me to record. Like, there's
Allowed to
button.
record
Yep.
local files.
Host allows you to record the meeting.
Cool.
I'll start recording that too now, so we don't forget. All right, we're recording all that. All right, then we got Joey's PowerPoint.
Heck yeah, dude.
PowerPoint, and then do you want to do the carbonara effect player, Chris?
Did you guys watch? Did you guys
I did not
actually
watch
do
the game.
that?
Which game was it?
It was Bulls
Hawks.
Hawks.
Is
I
Chris
had it
frozen
up.
or is it just me?
He's frozen.
Okay.
I'm frozen.
Yes.
Your face is frozen. I can still hear you.
We can hear you.
I was just moving. Shoot.
I wasn't sure if it was
He okay.
No.
Christopher. Which game was it?
Bulls Hawks.
Bulls Hawks. I did watch Bulls Hawks.
But you were supposed to watch one of the players. I don't remember his name though. Bogdanovich? Not Bogdanovich.
Oh,
right?
yeah, it was. Was it,
God damn it, guys.
was it Bogdanovich or Herder?
Bogdanovich, but they're like the same guy. One's 13, the other's 3. They're both white, both 6'6", skinny, 180 pounds.
I
Sorry.
think you
But
should tell us all
Bogdan is
about the
just
carbonara effect.
Oh,
Wait, the carbonara effect was we were supposed to watch the player and decide if he was good. So it
I mean,
doesn't-
I watched the game. I'd probably say he was good because they got torched in the fourth quarter.
maybe we could talk about that. I'll put it on the notes. Carbonara effect.
and then I got to talk about the Twitter beef that I found.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Whoa, someone actually!" Because I do a lot. Well, I respond to tweets.
Oh,
and
the third quarter they got torched.
good.
things.
Fuck bags.
You're really
One guy just responded. I was like, "Oh, I have a notification. I didn't know."
I didn't know. You got to be
I could
on
do
those.
those.
Man.
Yeah, right.
Twitter beef. All right. Cool. Do you think we're ready to go, or you want to do a little more? Well, Chris, you're still frozen.
Yes,
Like
you
right
are.
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird because we've been able to hear you this whole time. Maybe turn.
Oh,
your
I
camera
just froze up. Yeah, here, hang on.
Let me go grab something to drink real quick. Yeah.
All
get
right.
your
Oh,
friends
it's
in.
what the hell.
live on the tube.
Yeah, it's just spinning. No,
Oh,
I'm spinning. I'm spinning.
Joey's back.
Am I still frozen?
Mm-hmm.
This is weird because I don't see myself frozen. Oh, I see. Shit. Not responding?
Uh-oh.
Like you're doing the episode without Chris.
Well, we can hear him. We just would have his.
Hang on. I'm gonna.
No, can't. He's out.
Oh,
Get him
how
out
about
of
now?
here.
Am I
No,
back?
No.
Am I
No.
back? Really?
No.
I can roast my presentation by myself. Fucking great.
Okay, I'm gonna exit out. This is dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Okay.
is. You're dumb. Love you.
Joey's so mad. The airing of grievances will be real tonight.
Dude, you guys
gonna be
were
hostile.
off your rockers.
It was pretty off the rockers.
You guys were hysterical. I was like literally trying to find where you guys were. And then it was like,
Hey,
we're out
Chris, we
without
got you.
Joey. We're going to roast him tonight. And I was trying to like log in and I was like, oh, bastards.
All right, now there's two of me.
No,
Yes.
there's two of you. There's the frozen you, frozen Chris.
Wait, there's a Chris. There's. I'm
There's
still
two.
there.
You're still there. You're still there, frozen in time.
This is crazy.
It's really weird. I wonder, well, I don't think I can't kick you out. There's participants. Oh no, there you go. You're gone
You
now.
fixed it.
Okay. All right.
You fixed it. You're good.
Oh, it says we're live on YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm
you
the
told us
host
that a
now.
while ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know it kept
Didn't
it.
you? Oh,
I assumed it was kick us out of it.
Do you
Need
want
an
to kick us
intro.
out of it?
No,
intro.
I'd rather just keep it rolling. Who cares?
All right. Who cares? We're live on YouTube. You're watching behind the scenes footage.
Is there anybody
Right
on
now.
YouTube except for Chris?
Chris is here. Chris is not. I'm back to being the host. I'm recording. Oh, let's get Audacity rolling, everyone. If y'all don't mind. How do I get? Oh, I'm gonna be able to minimize this if I'm the host.
Click. I am recording. I'm recording.
Let me get my stuff going.
Sweet. All right, we are live,
Record. Tush.
as you already knew.
Test.
All right, I'm recording. Are you recording, Chris,
Chris, record.
on Audacity?
The Audacity thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna undo it. I'm gonna stop it.
Stop it. Start.
Edit. Delete.
Is
Runs doesn't need to go through that trash.
he needs that.
Live on YouTube.
Yeah, we're gonna get kicked off for grotesque.
Belgian. Still got my Michelob Ultras, guys. The
The ratings.
pure golds, the infusions,
The infusions.
lime and
I-
prickly pear cactus, and pomegranate and agave. Ooh.
I'm going with a Corona Premier tonight.
Cinco de Mayo.
Well, I had these before, Ben, but yes, I guess.
I'm going with some Woodford.
Ooh, a little reserve tonight.
Ooh.
So that means
Woodford. Where did I see a bunch of Woodford? Oh, the
Kentucky
Kentucky Derby. Yeah.
Yeah, that means
Derby.
you're about to get roasted.
that means it's about to come in hot like the Woodford. All right, Chris is. We're scared.
I'm excited.
Excited and
I'm
scared.
just excited to have Joey back.
It's good to have Joey back. No Adam tonight. All right. Well, let me do the intros, the perfunctories.
I need an intro. I got to think of something.
All right. You guys ready? What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Box Out Boys podcast. I'm Titus, Two Shots Dominguez, and joining me tonight, it's the man in the middle. It's Chris, the stats man Gorman. Hit him with the stats, Chris.
All right, guys. All right. In the last 10 games, Kobe White has averaged 17.5 points per game. For the season so far, it was 14.9. So obviously, this is a sizable, a slight improvement. Overall, his assist has gone from 4.7 to 6.0. So just marginal increases across the board. It's great to see this guy getting a little bit better each game.
Solid contributor. And also returning, making his valiant return tonight, making fart noises with his hands. It's Joey One Shirt McCrosky. Get that, Joe.
The grievances will be aired shortly.
Grievances will be aired. We're live on YouTube. Oh, we should also say our super producer, Adam Professional Bruns, is out tonight. We're man down again. We were man down last week. We're man down this week. If one of you guys wants to take off next week, I guess we could just keep it going. But if you didn't, we're live on YouTube. So this is first time being live on YouTube. So that's fun. If you didn't join us,
the Box Out Boys official YouTube channel,
the Box Out Boys official YouTube channel. Check it out. Check us out. Subscribe.
Check us out.
We've been live on Twitch normally. So if you didn't catch the last show, Joey was not here. He was out on the COVID protocols. And he in his absence, me and Chris got a little excited. So Joey's going to have his rebuttal tonight.
We're going to start with this.
No, we'll get to that eventually. So we'll get to it. Let's not start up front. I was realizing I had to pump the brakes there.
Do not roast me is ready.
Do not roast me. He had a burner account. Let's run down what else we got going on tonight. We're going to talk about some of the big games coming up or that happened last week. Brooklyn versus the Nets, 2 big matchups. Wizards are coming out of nowhere looking great. Lakers on shaky ground right now. LeBron, dropping some bars earlier in the week. We got Joey's PowerPoint coming up. Just gonna
we're getting professional.
I'm excited for this.
We're gonna get there. We're excited. We're scared.
There's no transitions or sound effects, though. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank God. And we might touch on the Carbonara effect player that neither me and Joey did our homework on.
No, I did my homework. I'm ready to go.
I knew Joey would watch the game.
That's
right. The Bulls game, yeah.
Let's do some Bogdan talk. I'm ready.
He's ready for Bogdan talk, and apparently we got into a Twitter beef that we didn't even know about. So we were going to touch on that tonight. But first, let's start with the games. I think the 2 biggest games of the past week: Brooklyn versus Milwaukee. Milwaukee took them down twice. Giannis looked amazing. Durant looked great in both games. Second round playoff preview potentially. What did you guys think of the
second round?
Or because right now standings they're 2 and 3. So that's interesting implications for the standings with Philly sitting at number 1. I think if we are going back to our bet again, whether the Nets or the field, I think this is bad for the Nets if they stay in the 2 seed and have to go up against those guys, and not based on those last 2 games, but mostly because of what Giannis was able to do against them. So
the thing is, I think that what's going to determine the series and really the Bucks' whole playoff chances is Giannis hitting the 3, especially in that first game when DeAndre Jordan was on him for most of the game. DeAndre just let him shoot it.
Yeah, he was sitting back.
And Giannis just drained 3 or 4 of them. I don't even have the stats in front of me, but the guy showed him up, and we just need more of that from Giannis. Obviously, that's always been the story with Giannis. If he can just hit those 3-pointers just to keep the defenders honest, Giannis can. You can't stop him. So
keep him honest. You can't stop Giannis. Joey, what did you think, man?
Yeah, I agree. In the first game, Giannis went 4 of 8 from 3-point land. Second game, what did he do there? Second game, 4 of 12. So he put up 12 3-pointers, made 4 of them. The thing that stands out to me from these games is, way back at the beginning of the season when they were having a little bit of a rough stretch, we talked about, them not getting enough if they don't have all 3 of their, big 3 going at all times, firing on all cylinders. And they seem to have that going. So game 1, Giannis 36, Middleton at 23, Holiday had 23. Second game, Giannis 49, Middleton 26, and Holiday 18. So it looks like they're starting to click at a time when the Nets look like, I don't know if they're not clicking, but they're having a little bit of a rough patch. So yeah, I'm with you, Titus. I think it's the last team the Nets are going to want to see. Giannis seems to be finding his groove. Watching Blake Griffin try and guard Giannis was comical. It was a joke.
You brought up Blake Griffin. One thing I wanted to ask about these games: who would you rather have as your backup for? I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Would you rather have Blake Griffin or Bobby Portis?
Bobby Portis,
yeah.
It's Bobby Portis.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Nobody would have said this in the beginning of the year, of course, but he's just so far and way more athletic. He's faster. He looks bigger than Blake Griffin on the court.
Yeah. Bobby Portis always looks huge out there.
Yeah.
For some reason.
The thing that I find most interesting about Bobby is in fantasy, when Giannis gets a game time decision or he's out, the update is always watch for Bobby Portis to carry the load and have a big game. So basically they're swapping Bobby in for Giannis when he can't play, which is Pretty
It's tough to get those energy guys, man.
That's right.
But yeah, Portis looked real sharp in those two games, and he was showing out. I think you talked about it, Joey, about Blake kind of looking comical trying to guard Giannis, and that was, I think, the biggest issue that I saw right away, glaring weakness, because we all have been talking about, is a center kind of going to be a problem for Brooklyn?
Yeah,
and it looked like they had nobody that could handle Giannis, and I don't, because DeAndre couldn't handle him, Blake couldn't handle him. I mean, I'm curious if in the playoffs, Durant will match up on him. If that's going to be any better, I don't think so. But if he's hitting the three like that and he's getting into the paint basically at will, it's going to be tough for them to contain him. And I'm kind of curious what they're going to try to do.
Like who's going to guard? There's nobody that can guard him. Durant's too skinny.
Yeah.
Jeff Green's too small. DeAndre Jordan's too slow. You can only hope to contain him.
Yeah. Or hope that he has a bad shooting night.
And I like that their matchups defensively on the other side. You got Drew Holiday who locked up Kyrie pretty good. I mean, I know didn't completely shut him down, but he was, he can stay with him. Middleton on Harden when he comes back, because most likely a second round series is going to feature Harden, in that lineup with those other two guys, and then Giannis on Durant. I like those matchups. And I think that, is it going to stop Brooklyn? No, of course not. They're not going to stop those three guys. But can you slow them down? Can you make something happen? Make it interesting. It's going to be a good series, I think.
Giannis put up 66 shots in those two games, 30 in the first game and 36 in the second one.
That's
interesting, because you never thought of Giannis as that much of a volume.
No, the first game he went 11 for 30. Second game went 21 of 36.
Damn.
Goodness gracious.
I just think that with that, they don't have anybody that can stop him. So just keep feeding.
Yeah.
That's kind of what the game plan was. Kind of like Jordan rules. Just make Giannis beat you. And
I think you're right, Chris. If he's hitting those threes at any, even like 4 or 12 isn't the greatest percentage, but if he's hitting, 4 a game or something like that in a playoff series, it's going to be tough.
That's the thing. I think it's up to the Bucks. They can win this series. And I know we're not we're talking about these games and not even mentioning that Harden's out.
Yeah.
What happens if he comes back? Is this a whole different game? But I don't know. I'm liking the Bucks.
Yeah, this will be the year.
So we'll see. This is the year, right?
Last year when they should have won playoff series, they couldn't figure it out. The year before that, and this year, the series they're probably on paper supposed to lose. They'll find a way to somehow take care of it.
It's a Budenholzer team, so the only thing with Budenholzer is that he'll still play like Pat Connaughton, 20 minutes in a playoff game when he shouldn't be. So we'll be watching for stuff like that.
But it doesn't matter, right? I mean, it doesn't matter if they win because it's only if the Nets are healthy. So it's all irrelevant.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's not recorded. I can't believe that's not I couldn't find it. Yeah.
It's all right. You know what? I will honor the bet as long as Durant is playing.
Let's do a playoff. We'll do playoff preview next week.
Yeah, next week.
We'll make some bets there.
Definitely doing playoff preview. We'll make some bets. We'll clean these bets up. We'll get it all set up. I know we got a few things planned for this week, but man, it is hard to not start looking ahead to the playoffs. There's definitely a couple other teams that are interesting that we wanted to talk about. We definitely want to talk about the Wizards, who suddenly look ridiculously good and scary. They're going to be in that play-in tournament, I think, unless something really weird happens with Chicago or Toronto. Actually, I don't think Chicago's in. That's not going to happen. We're going to bury the Bulls later, but that's an interesting team. What do you guys think? They had a couple of good wins this week. They beat the Lakers. I can't remember. Was LeBron out for that one or not? I think he sat, right?
I think he played.
No, this was the one he was.
Yeah.
No, he was out for this one.
He was out for this one, right? Okay.
No, it was just AD.
So no LeBron. So yeah, that's a little caveat there, but still beating the Lakers, with AD, that's pretty good. And then, kind of, we talked last week, Chris and Joe, you didn't get a chance to bring up your teams in 7 through 10 that you thought were going to be the most, the scariest, that have the most potential to win some games. But I definitely think in the East, we might have glossed over them last week as, kind of maybe saying, yeah, they're going to be interesting, but really not somebody you're really going to be scared of. And now with the way Westbrook's playing, the way Beal's been playing, I don't know if you want to see them in the 8th seed, especially if you're, if say Brooklyn gets the number 1 seed or something like that. Yeah. What do you guys think about Washington?
So my favorite thing with Washington, I'm going to take this personally real quick, is Russell Westbrook's going to bring me the fantasy championship. What up? Give me 71 points in one game. He's been fantastic.
Holy crap!
What a
On
great
the all you can have him team.
I can have him, but
on the Colbert mic drop team. But he's on my all you can have him team. We can be talking about that. One stat I wanted to shout out with the Wizards is they are 13-3 in the last 16 games,
Jeez.
with losses coming to Dallas, Phoenix, and San Antonio. They've been playing some bad teams though. They played OKC twice, Detroit, Sacramento. They beat Utah. So they have a couple wins in here, but really like Cleveland twice.
Won the games they're supposed to win, unlike a certain somebody.
Hey, yeah, they're winning the games they're supposed to. They had an insane game on Monday where it was 154-141.
Yeah, that was nuts
against the Pacers. That did not go to OT. That was
just a standard.
Yeah. And that was Westbrook's 14, 21, and 24.
Jeez.
And it's like when you see that many points scored, yeah, you can put up crazy stats like that. It's still an amazing accomplishment. Don't want to take that away from him. One thing about Russell Westbrook, though, he's not the second best point guard of all time. I'm sure he's the coach
this week.
Scott Brooks, but like he's great. I don't even take Russell Westbrook for granted. I understand what he is. I like that he's a very energetic player. He's just not. You just need to pull it back a little bit, guy. You're never going to do it. You are who you are. So, but yeah.
Joe, you got some thoughts on the Wizards? Yeah.
8-2 in their last 10.
Yeah.
They're 3 games clear of the Raptors for the 10 seed, 4 clear of the Bulls. Right now they're playing the Pacers, but they're half a game back of the Pacers. So I'm assuming that record will get jumped. So, they'll still play the Pacers.
They're playing
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what you mean.
Yeah. So court. Yeah, I think it's a lock for them to beat the Pacers. Then do they either play the Heat or the Hornets? I might hot take the Hornets over the Heat.
Wow, that's interesting.
With LaMelo back,
it could be a bet. I can see. Yeah, I kind of like the Hornets though too.
Yeah, it seems fair.
So I'm leaning Heat.
Man, that'd be a fun game to watch. Hornets Wizards for the for who gets the 7 or for
what's the over under of total points? Like 250.
I don't know.
Anyways,
it would be a lot. Yeah, I definitely think they're interesting. And so who's the potential 1 and 2s then? So it's potentially Philly in the first round.
Philly and Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. That might actually be more interesting if they got up to the 7th seed and they played Brooklyn in the
I think we all want Russ to play against KD, right?
Yeah, we really want that.
Yeah.
That's the matchup. The league wants it. So I think that's the way it's looking. All of these playoff potential matchups are giving me like just anticipation for these potential matchups. I know we can now kind of move on to the Lakers. Unless you guys had something else you wanted to talk about in the Wizards, but
no. And one last thing on the Wizards, I'm a little disappointed that the Bulls. Yeah, they kind of took the Bulls spot, right? But the Wizards earned it. Like I said, 13-3. You said 8 of the last 10. They're playing out of their minds, and the Bulls don't have that kind of player right now. He could develop that way maybe, but he's not like that right now. So
he's in his second year and he's a couple years away. We're just honestly, we're just poking the bear right now. We're just poking the bear and his face. Even though he's a baby face tonight, the baby face assassin is going to earn his name in about.
He's already screenshot.
Oh no! Okay. He just gave us a preview.
It was a sneak.
Preview of the remix. That was. Oh my God, this is going to be so good. If you are listening to the podcast, please go check this out on YouTube because there's going to be some visual things tonight. It's going to be great. All right, so let's move on. Lakers, they beat the Nuggets, who were still playing good without Jamal, but that was a big win for them. They needed that one. They're barely hanging on to that 6th seed, but they did lose a couple other games. Lost to the Wizards, we had mentioned. They lost to the Raptors, who are a garbage team. LeBron catching a little flack for saying he hated the play-in tournament. So,
the one thing with the Lakers, every podcast had a title this week. Every NBA pod was like, the Lakers are in trouble. Are the Lakers done? And that came out right after they beat Denver. And I think those podcasts still had the titles because they all prepped and all wanted to talk about what was going on because the Lakers hadn't looked good before that Denver game. They beat Denver. Yeah. Denver, since their Gordon trade, are 17-4. One of those 4 losses against the Lakers. It's insane what's going on with this team. Or with the Lakers in that win. I couldn't believe they won that game. So I'm not that concerned about the Lakers, even though I was a little concerned about AD. He's starting to come around a little bit. Getting his feet wet. He kind of got healthy at the right time. LeBron, I don't. He's gonna. I can't doubt LeBron, so I'm not going to.
So I don't. It's weird. I definitely don't doubt them, and they're one of the teams that I will, if they get in the playoffs and look great, I will immediately change my opinion. The only thing that worries me is that they just haven't had the time together, and I just think that the West is really tough this year. Now, like if Jamal Murray hadn't gone down with the injury, I'd seriously be looking at Denver as far as getting out of the West the way it's been shaping up. But he's out. I don't know where LA is going to end up slotting in. Like right now, I think they're playing the Clippers.
Right now, they play the Clippers,
Which,
the Clippers have been quiet, man. They've been solid. So
they've been solid. And it's a team that like I don't know who I would pick. I would lean Lakers. I would have trust in LeBron, but then I don't want to see Kawhi in the first round. I don't think that I want to have that happen.
No.
Joey, what do you think, man?
I'm looking at the Trailblazers and Warriors in a 1-game play-in tournament game. Steph Dame should be an absolute blast. So for that reason, I hope that the Lakers stay the 6th seed and we get to see Blazers Warriors. But yeah, the Lakers have been on a slide 3-7 in the last 10. Yeah, Blazers Warriors. Sorry, Lakers have been on a slide. Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. It doesn't really matter. I mean, if they stay in a 6th seed to get to the 5 seed. Once the playoffs come, I'm not going to be concerned. I feel like Anthony Davis is going to like show up and just all of a sudden be Superman, superhero number 2, Robin, whatever you want to call him. LeBron will be fine. Right. Playoff time, you can't really doubt them. You're not going to write them off. So I think everybody else is going to be a feel-good story. I think the Lakers are going to get out of the West. As much as I hate to say it, I think it's going to happen. Everything else is just going to be a fun little regular season happy-go-lucky story, and then next year it's going to be the exact same way all over again.
It's definitely interesting. This is maybe, well, I don't know. I'm nervous for the Lakers. I'll admit that. I'm a little nervous. I want LeBron to go have a deep run. You know, I'm the big LeBron fan, so I love when it happens. I would honestly be a little interested if he made that play-in tournament. I think that'd be kind of crazy to see what happens with that. But then I also don't want him to be eliminated in a 1-game scenario and be robbed of LeBron.
I mean, are you sure that you want that risk and that, staining of his record? Because if he gets into the play-in tournament and he loses, people will forever remember roast. He's not clutch. Look at all the finals he lost. Doesn't matter if he wins them. He lost them all. That 1-game situation, they would roast him forever.
Would that be the biggest 1-game scenario for a guy's legacy? Because if he loses that, it's forever held against them.
Yeah, it shouldn't be, but it absolutely would be.
And now if he wins, goes to the finals, wins the finals, it's one of the greatest all-time runs.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not even going to entertain him losing in the play-in. I think it's going to be fine.
That would be so nerve-wracking for me, especially if he was like the Blazers or somebody like that. Like
he'd be losing to Steph too.
Oh, if he lost to Steph, that would be.
Well, they'd be playing Steph, I guess, if they drop down.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be.
And then he would either have to play the Grizzlies or the Spurs.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, if he loses to Steph, he's still gonna get the 8th seed.
Yeah, he's still gonna get that because it's gonna.
Yeah,
the Spurs they would roll up the Spurs, but the Grizzlies would be a little interesting. But I don't know. I'm just these playoff potential matchups are crazy. I just can't wait. I can't wait, man.
There was one tweet I saw. I know you guys are talking about playing, but there was one tweet I saw that if the Lakers lose in the first round, LeBron James will finally match Michael Jordan's legacy, since LeBron has never actually lost in the first round of a playoff series.
Yes.
Love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Anyway, love it.
When I did my deep dive on who was better, MJ or LeBron, I did find that out. And yes, that was odd to find out that Jordan had lost in the first round. And LeBron never did.
Never happened. And anyways, let's move on from the Lakers. We can talk more about it next week when it matters more.
Do our full on when we know a little bit about where they're going to end up. I think they're going to be safe, but it is very tense right now in the Western Conference. So I think we can start. Are we, Chris? Are you mentally ready?
Let's just go.
Let's just go.
Just rip it off.
All right, so we're going to turn it over to Joey again. If you're watching the podcast, I will try to narrate as much as I can while this is going on for the podcast listeners. But if checking out the podcast later, we do encourage you to go to our YouTube channel and find this, and hopefully maybe Chris will clip it and have a nice little succinct 10-minute wrap up for you. So, without any further ado, this is Joey's rebuttal to our last week's praising of Kobe White. And here we have a picture of Kobe White on draft day. Of the PowerPoint presentation, and the title is Kobe White is Bad, a recap. Chris's face right now tells the story. It is just
look at his face. He looks so happy when he got drafted.
Happy.
Look at me. I'm drafted number 7 overall by Chicago Bulls.
That hat really fits too. It's great.
He's got a lot of hair. All right, let's man, I honestly this is great. I'm just looking at this. The face. I think his face in this picture is the exact level of excitement I'm feeling, where it's like a little bit nervous. It's like, yes. Oh my God. If you can't see this, look up a picture of this guy smiling on draft day. This is great. All right, Joey, show us what you got.
All right, guys. Kobe White is bad. A recap. I think there's 5 slides.
5 slides. Okay, we got 5 slides. Buckle in, everyone.
They're filled with graphs.
Graphs and charts.
And then a very quick summary recap at the end.
This is
so the goal of this was to take his 2-year his big 2-year span, plot it out game by game, and show you his inability to actually be an effective basketball player, and the excitement you show from him scoring 30 points in one game. While as exciting as that is, it's a very short-lived and often not very exciting 30 points. So we'll dive in. It's filled with stats. Chris loves stats. So I dove and I dug up the stats. So here we go, stats man.
You went deep, folks.
Slide 1.
Oh my God.
The box plus minus.
So here Joey has a slide talking about the box plus minus. It looks like what I can only describe as a heartbeat monitor looking graph.
You're picking up on it already, right? So for anybody who's not familiar with the box plus minus, it's a little bit of a different take on the plus minus, but it's basically looking at the points per 100 possessions a player contributed above a league average player, translated to an average team. So in the 125 games that Kobe White has played as a Chicago Bull, he has only performed above average 46 times. That's a whopping 36.8%. So Chris, what a guy, huh? He's the future. He's the point guard. Those 30 points are great. Ooh, maybe that was one of the 46 times he was considered above average. I don't know.
Oh my God. I feel like you have the answer to that.
It's tough. I mean, he's a young guy. He looks like he gets better at the end of the seasons.
Yeah.
Game 59 of his rookie year, he had a plus, what is that, maybe a 15?
Yeah.
Lately, was one of his best games. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, what was the game after that? About a -2? Yeah.
Yeah, we know he's a streaky guy.
Yep. That's what I'm getting at here. The streaks.
Dive there in the 50.
He had a plus 20. Hang on, because he had a plus 25 against the Charlotte Hornets on game 56.
Yeah.
So the graph doesn't make sense though, because the line only goes to 10.
It's not just your plus minus here. It's the points per 100 possessions a player contributed above a league average player. So basically, you're comparing him across the board to how he performs in a plus minus situation, extrapolated across average players and average teams. So it's taking out when they get blown out and he's in minus, whatever.
Okay.
It's actually should be benefiting him.
Correct. There you go.
This is what Joey was really trying to.
46 times out of 125. Heartbeat monitor, great way to put it.
Yeah, well, it's the beats per minute right there. The box plus minus.
I like that.
This is great. So
how does a -30 happen then in this case?
So he is a -30 below an average player. Is what you're saying
in that game.
So
if an average player was playing in that game based on average stats for an average team across 100 possessions, he comparatively was a -30.
That's a rough game.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So he's had some lows.
He's had some ups and downs.
He's had some lows.
Say the least here. All right.
Okay. Box plus minus. Check one to me. Thanks. Go plus minus overall.
These pictures of Kobe White in the mix are great.
Yes. What's this picture of? Ooh, that's for you, Chris. Look at that gold chain.
Okay,
that
so
chest
this
hair
is just
poking out.
regular plus minus here.
That picture is Chris Gorman if he was Kobe White. Just chest hair hanging out. Got the beard gold chain. That's Chris Gorman right there. Yes, this is regular plus minus. Again, heartbeat monitor. Look at this inconsistency. What are you going to get from every night? You have no idea. You're going to get good and you might get bad. You might get who knows what. Last year, in total, minus 163. This year, minus 101. For his career, he's minus 264. I don't want him on my team.
That's not good
stuff.
Hey, cool. I'll get plus 20 in game 101. But
so,
yeah, sure.
You know what? I will say here, Joey, what I am seeing. So again, to describe this this graph Joey has made for the listeners, it does look a little like a heartbeat monitor or maybe like a lie detector test, telling whether or not he's truly a good player or not. But what I will see that your graph clearly shows is that he doesn't have sustained periods at the high points. He just has spikes. So he has a game or two where he looks really good and really sharp. That's what lures guys like me and Chris in. We get sucked in by that. But if you notice any kind of extended runs, there's some runs there in the early part of his career and everything like that, where it's extended periods of below average. You know what I mean? Plus minus. So
yeah, that's the funny thing about this. It doesn't have to be up and down like it is, right? Because every game, like if you look at a different kind of player, like it would be fun to see another player for this as well.
I actually would
get some context.
And I really thought you were going to say that, and I almost took the time to go through and plot Zach LaVine's out, but I ran out of time. Maybe for next week I'll come and do the same thing, or I'll put it together and send it to you guys, because I was assuming you were going to tell me compared him to like 17 other players. So yeah.
My only rebuttal with this is during that stretch when Kobe and Vucevic were together, Kobe White had a plus 36 plus minus during that 6-game stretch. Cool. But yeah, cumulatively, it's not pretty. It is better year over year. So that means by year what is that, 4? We'll have a positive plus minus if the trend continues.
The trend continues.
Let's keep going.
Let's
4 years. I don't think he's going to be a Bull in 4 years, Chris.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
If Joey
by year 4.
All right, we're going to the next slide here.
All right. Points.
Throwing out a dunk. I like it.
So overall points. No. That's him about to miss a layup. It's actually a clip. He missed that play right afterwards.
Did you make sure?
I did.
Joey is so petty. He would absolutely watch the highlight of the picture that he was picking.
That's right. Look at the points here. Ooh, wow. Maybe that was one of the 14 points per game he scores. No, that wasn't one of them. All right. So here's points per game. A little bit more consistency. It's still pretty spiky, but you see a little bit, as you kind of called out, Titus, a little bit more time at a certain level, high and or low. The interesting point that I did is he scored 20 plus points 27 times. 7 times in that following game, he failed to score 10 points.
That's a stat.
So he'll go out and score you 20, right? 27 times out of 120 games. It's not terrible for somebody who, hasn't started much this season. But then 7 times out of those 27, he's going to come out and lay an egg. Most of those games were 8 points. There was like a 2-pointer in there. I think only 4 or 5 times in those 27 times he scored 20 plus did he actually come back and score 20 plus again. So his back-to-back 20-point games are few and far between, further proving my inconsistency point.
That's a pretty good.
There's not much I can even defend with this, because lately, who else has been playing but Kobe White and Denzel?
Right, let's not talk about Denzel before I actually have a heart attack. That might be worse than Kobe.
But it's just because my rebuttal here would be Kobe hasn't had the consistency to have consistent performances, but he has lately and he still isn't. So it's a fair point.
You guys know Denzel has a rap career?
Sure.
He's a rap career?
Like, you can YouTube Denzel Valentine. He's got rap songs and music videos.
He's got bars. He's doing
No. He's got 120 subscribers on YouTube. The dude's a professional basketball player, and he's got 120 subscribers. We've got 5. We're 3 idiots in basements.
I'm upstairs technically, but
that might be my favorite.
Two idiots in a
of this
basement and one.
PowerPoint.
that's the best part. Please, we're gonna have to
All right.
put a
All
drop.
right, what else
for
we got
the-
here, Joey?
All right, we got points. All right, this is
There
the
he is.
slide.
Oh, here
All
we
right,
go.
So we've
This-
got
oh, we did
our
this.
we've got our
We
Kobe
did
White
this.
and D Rose comparison, but just for the little picture action there. All right, box plus minus, right? So comparing them to average players. So I went and compared Kobe White to every point guard that the Bulls have had play since 2000 onward.
Oh my God.
Stipulations is the point guard had to be on the Bulls for at least 2 seasons and 2 consecutive seasons in a row. So you'll see on the graph, that's the list of them. It's a pretty good list.
Is it?
I love this. All right. So there's 2 averages here. The blue bar is your Bulls 2-year average. So that's just the 2 years they were on the Bulls. And then the orange one is their rookie year. So their first 2 years, regardless if it was on the Bulls or not. So looking at the first 2 years of all the point guards that have had 2 or more consecutive seasons on the Bulls, Kobe White is only better than John Lucas III, Lindsey Hunter, and Corey Benjamin. Looking at it from a rookie standpoint, Kobe White is only better than Gennaro Pargo and Corey Benjamin. Now, Chris, you might be the only person listening who could tell us who Gennaro Pargo is. But looking through this, right, it's not good. It's also really painful to look at it this way because the Bulls have not had a really point guard play from the Bulls. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Kirk Heinrich and Derrick Rose are the lone high points. Old Kirky, and not surprisingly, Derrick Rose.
Shout out to Chris Duhon. What's going on with that little?
He's just flat. Pretty much, he's pretty much like your average player. He is the quintessential average player. He gives you no more or no less.
Mean in this graph for Kobe.
The black line across, so that's his orange, so that's his rookie. So they're both the same. So basically comparing his rookie year, which is the orange bar for everybody, his first 2 rookie years across.
Okay.
Wow. I see. Now I see how this graph's working. The graph's it's a little hard to read it, at least for me. I'm not a big graph guy, but there's like a blue bar and an orange bar by all the point guards' names. And then there's a line across showing where Kobe White is and where he lines up with everybody else. And then when you read that, you can see that, yes, he has not been one of the better point guards in Bulls history.
So is this showing that Ryan Arcidiacono has been a better point guard than Kobe White?
As an average player, yeah. And that I had a feeling you were gonna come at me for that. This doesn't take really into account like minutes played and whatnot. So there's obviously a little bit in there because the more minutes you play, the chances of your plus minus either increasing or decreasing drastically makes a pretty good difference.
That's why my only knock on this, and I appreciate you putting this. This is amazing. Kirk Heinrich looks like a better player than Derrick Rose in this plus minus stat.
Yeah. Hey, Kirk Heinrich was a solid player. He didn't make a lot of mistakes.
Kirk Heinrich is the number 12 on my clock. That means he was the best player on the Bulls at one point.
Dude's the man.
He did get introduced last in the starting lineup in previous.
Might be my second favorite Bulls point guard of all time.
My third.
That's a.
If you say your second is who this whole presentation about, I'm going to come to Sugar Grove, Maple Grove, Minnesota, wherever the hell you're at. I'm going to shove this PowerPoint right up. You know where. We're going to shove that shot.
Derrick Rose is my second.
Oh my God. This is great. Oh, this is.
Can you just take that back? Can you just take that back from this?
That's not true. Derrick Rose is not my second favorite. But anyways, let's
all right. In summary.
Oh my God.
Look at puppy dog face Kobe. Puppy dog Kobe White. Puppy dog face. All right. Advanced analytics. Below average, obviously. Basic basketball skills, pretty damn inconsistent. Effectiveness, doesn't even exist. Eye test, absolutely brutal.
This
summary, awful, terrible basketball player. Maybe he'll be fine as like a shooting guard somewhere. He's not a point guard. He's not a point guard on the Bulls. Get rid of him, dump him, move on. Give Levine and Vooch somebody to play with. Until that happens, they're going to be an 11 seed. Stop share.
Joey, I just have to. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to give Adam too much work. But if you could please insert some slow clapping right now, that would be great because I do have to just slow clap for you.
Thank you.
Well done, my friend.
Thank you.
That was special. That was one of the
Good special.
Good special. I did not know. I knew it was going to be Kobe White centric, and I was not sure how this was going to go. But it was beautiful, and it was a work of art, PowerPoint art, and I think I'm convinced.
You're convinced? Okay.
I got one.
Wow.
That's a
I'm
win.
convinced. So
Win.
okay. I'm convinced of what Joey is saying is that he's just not that good right now.
And that's kind of been our whole thing, right? Is that he's not that good right now?
Yeah, he's not a point guard.
He might not be a point guard.
He's a bad point guard.
That's enough. So I think let's take this moment. Congratulations, Joey, on making the greatest PowerPoint in the history of
this is the
Box Out
second
Boys.
time in our inaugural season that I have gotten Titus to admit that I am correct. And that,
look,
if you guys know us, you know that I'm often not the correct one amongst the three of us. So I'm gonna take two wins.
I give credit where credit is due, and you had a good presentation. You made up some good points.
I also appreciate that you've cut off Chris like 3 times because he's ready.
He just looks like he's
ready to blow. He's
all right,
holding
Chris.
his lip.
Say if you.
No, it's just.
We're gonna.
I know. It's great presentation. Appreciate you putting that together. Now I feel like I have more work for myself to come up with stuff like this in the future. It's just you had to do it this week because obviously it's just so funny that you weren't here last week, and last week Kobe White and the Bulls were like 4-2 in their last 6 games. They're all looking great. Everything's fantastic. And all of a sudden they're shit again. And,
I think, I mean, is that potentially what Joey is saying here, which is that Kobe White looks good, draws you in.
Yeah.
But ultimately he's fool's gold.
Watch every game and tell me if you feel the same way that I do.
See, I don't watch every game.
Because you would. He's Kyle. That's all I got to say.
He's Kyle.
It's not a bad comparison. Kyle, if you're listening.
Hey, if you're listening, we love you.
I don't think he's listening to this. Anyways, let's move on. What else?
Yes. Well, I think we can take this time. Let's just do it. We're going to officially. So we've been a pretty Bulls heavy podcast this season. So let's go ahead. We're burying the Bulls tonight. That was the last thing we're going to do on Kobe White for sure.
Yep.
Oh, should I go to I'm going to go to my Twitter beef.
Yeah, let's go to your Twitter beef. But
should we bury him?
Let's bury him. Go ahead,
Joey.
Take
the flag down. We're gonna
take the flag down. Joey's taking his Bulls flag down.
No.
We're gonna bury him. Bulls are done, everybody.
We're burying the Bulls.
So what does this mean, Joey? Are you gonna keep watching Bulls games?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch every game.
You'll be watching,
but we're not gonna talk about him anymore.
We're not gonna talk about him anymore.
I'm leaving the Derrick Rose jersey on because I have to
get naked on the pod.
But you know who's underneath Derrick Rose?
It's Zach.
Man,
it's a Zach attack.
He's too deep. We've let him go. All right.
I buried him. I'm done. It's over.
So let's get into Chris's Twitter beef. Chris got into some Twitter beef apparently for something he said. Explain it to us,
so
man. What happened?
If you follow us on Twitter, we're at the Box Out Boys 1. I don't know why we have a 1, but it's at the Box Out Boys 1. And Twitter. Sometimes on Twitter, I'll just respond to some people's messages, just to be, just to give some takes on some games, on some players. This one guy at 312 Darius __
312
had a tweet. This guy's got 2,900 followers, more than we have. So who am I to say? So what was his tweet? His tweet, Joey, you might like this tweet. This tweet happened on April 24th. So this happened right after the Bulls lost to Miami the first time.
Okay.
In the first game, obviously the second game.
Oh yeah,
they won. Kobe looked fantastic. It was.
Hey, we said we're done.
The greatest game of his career. But anyways,
it's buried.
My point is, after the loss to Miami Heat, this guy writes, at this point, it's bigger than basketball. People come home from the hardworking 8-hour shift, change their clothes, sit on their recliner to watch Kobe White turn the ball over 15 times. They got over 5,000 likes, almost 800 retweets, and 43 comments. So
that's me.
That I thought, I'm like, is this Joey Burner?
This is another Joey Burner account. Don't roast me, and apparently 312 Darius.
So of course, with the
official Box Out Boys account.
Can I just mention everybody too that
this was not run by any of us.
Chris manages our Box Out Boys Twitter account.
I reply to him and go, "This is a bad take." I get a quote tweet and 10 likes. Not bad for a comment back. That's actually probably our best one. And then I'm checking our notifications. I didn't even realize this. He actually wrote back to me or to us, and his comment got 4 likes. And Adam, if you're listening and you're editing anything, I appreciate if you could bleep this part out. I'm just gonna say it. He just says, "Go fuck yourself." That's it. Got four likes.
4 likes. So this is Joey.
So this has
to be Joey.
Hold on, I'm finding this right now and I'm liking it.
This is great.
Darius.
Hey, box out boys. Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself. Like, so that's our first. Dang, some other interactions that aren't nearly as memorable as that one.
But I wish I would have saw this. I would have brought him on to deliver my PowerPoint.
Oh my God, we would invite him on the cast. Hey, Darius, could you please get in on this?
Come on, man.
This is a bad take.
This is a bad take.
Go F yourself. What a beef. What a Twitter beef. Our first Twitter beef of the show.
I would have beefed again. I didn't even realize.
Dude, you got to stay on those beefs.
I know. Now I'm going to watch it.
His tweet has 5 likes now.
Oh, wow.
It officially has 5 likes.
5.
All right. I'm going to have to
I have one other thing. This isn't beef, but just another from this was a month prior. Kristen Winfield, who has a blue check mark. I think she's a Nets beat reporter. She wrote, Bulls are going for it. Vucevic and Levine work. Kobe White can play, and you've got 2 all-stars who may help you attract other quality players. Chips in by the Bulls. NBA is better when Chicago's relevant. This tweet really hasn't aged that well.
Didn't we just bury the Bulls?
Yeah. But and then I wrote, Kobe can more than play. The ultimate firecracker off the bench. Let's go. And then she wrote back, love him. So I got some interaction with the blue checkmark person. That was nice. But obviously that didn't age well. We just buried the Bulls. We can put that to rest. But I just need to get that out there because
you keep talking, I might hang the flag back up. So be careful.
It's over.
It's over. Man.
Over.
It's over.
Oh, and also I need my last thing on the all you can have him team. Nikola Vucevic is staying on that team, guys. Like
he's staying on
it.
You
can't take him off. He proved it. He proved why he's on that team.
That has been one of the biggest disappointments.
Yeah, his stats are really good though. He just can't win games.
Right.
Yeah, but
he just can't win you games.
You can have him.
They also don't have anybody to facilitate plays. So.
Yeah, not like Zach LaVine or Kobe White or
Thaddeus
Young.
Yeah, hasn't been out for 3.
Patrick
3
Williams, who's coming to his own little.
Dude, talk about rookie bust. I love the guy.
Wait, are you on?
No.
Okay,
come on. Look at his stats. Don't even.
At least the eye test.
I'm not saying
at least the eye
bust.
test looks good for him.
I'm not saying career bust. I'm saying rookie season that just had so much promise and went straight downhill. Dude just fell off a cliff.
I think Patrick Williams has been fine. We weren't expecting much. Rookies take time to develop. Not everyone is LeBron James and John Morant.
7th pick.
Ball.
Yeah, top 10 picks. Yeah, give him 5 years, 10
Lonzo
years.
Ball.
Sorry, I meant LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep getting those top 10 picks. Keep letting them develop.
Williamson.
We don't have our pick this year.
Yeah. Well,
it has to be a top 4, right?
It'd have to be top 4. So
draft Kobe White Jr.
We'll be getting another lottery pick.
It's like I hate you guys. We're done.
So no, I'm just. The Bulls do this every year. They make you think that they're going to be good, and you get all excited, and then at the end of the year, here we are.
This is one of the worst ones in recent memory.
This is one of the worst ones in recent memory because they were legitimately solid most of the year. They made a big move at the deadline to get another All-Star.
And like 2 months ago, we were talking about them like they're going to be a 6 seed. No problem.
No problem.
They're going to jump the Heat now.
Speaking of aging poorly, will be our entire podcast run up until we decided to bury the Bulls.
But next week will be a brighter note. It'll be playoff preview. Talk about the play-in tournament. It'll be a lot better.
And I think also next week we should do. Let's review our picks.
Good call.
So next week, guys,
I'll update.
If you're listening, watching, we will review, or we will the playoff picture will be pretty much set. So we'll do a little playoff preview, And then we'll go over our preseason picks where we all pick, MVP, all this 6-man, all this stuff. We'll see where we are and then who are the favorites to win those awards and such and see if anybody's getting them right. I know that we have Laurie Markkinen as the tiebreaker, and I don't believe anybody was close to his 14 points game average. So
the second year in a row that we have way overshot that one.
Way overshot. Our Bulls preseason love is real, and next year that will be recorded. So, and then we'll coming into the next weeks, we'll probably talk off air and stuff and figure out how we're gonna cover the playoffs. We might do some. I was going to see if you guys maybe want to do like a live watch for any of the playing games, maybe on Twitch or on YouTube.
Depending on how they shape out, I'm down.
Shape out, what times they are and everything like that. We can maybe do something like that. So, and if not, we'll be back every Wednesday, kind of covering the games as they happen, and then we'll figure out exactly how we're going to cover the playoffs. I know we're talking we might each take a playoff series and kind of focus on that, and then come back. And once we get to the conference finals and finals, we'll be locked in on the single series. So. All right, well, that is it for us tonight. Join us next week to talk more NBA basketball. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at the Box Out Boys, or the Box Out Boys 1 for Twitter, which I just realized. Slide into those DMs, everybody. Watch us live on Twitch or YouTube. Sorry, Baskets Be Awesome. We did not warn you that we were not going to be on Twitch tonight, but check us out on YouTube at the Box Out Boys. Also send us an email to theboxoutboys@gmail.com. Hit us up with some questions. Let us know what's going on, what you're thinking, what you want us to talk about. And as always, like, subscribe, and review wherever you're listening to this too. So we much appreciate that. So for Chris, Joey, and Adam, who's not here, I am Titus. And until next time, Box Out.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home.
Get it. Oh my God. Where is Audacity?
Cut.
I'm going to take us off.
And is anybody watching us?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, there's 2 watching now. What?
That's you and somebody else, right?
It's Caitlin. Hi,
Somebody.
Caitlin. What do you guys export this as? WAV files, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right, how do I?
Is episode 16? Yeah. No, yeah, episode 16.
Titus, I think you're the host, so you can stop the record.
Right,
You can
yeah.
stop the live stream.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. I was trying to get Audacity going. All right, I'll stop the live stream.